Have you ever felt completely lost and alone? I certainly have. Raised in a tumultuous environment, I was no stranger to verbal and physical abuse. A sense of rejection clung to me like a second skin. I was on a constant search for love, but always seemed to look in the wrong places. At 16, a heartbreak hurled me onto a path I never thought I'd tread. A broken heart and liquid courage led me to make choices I never thought I would. The darkness inside can be consuming, can't it? It certainly was for me. My struggle with anorexia began in high school. I started losing weight, and it became an obsession, the one thing I could control in a life that felt out of control. Then came the introduction to drugs. A classmate suggested cocaine could help with my diet. It gave me a false sense of happiness and confidence. But it wasn't a solution, only a new problem. The downward spiral into addiction was swift. It led to losing so much weight that I spent nearly a year in a mental institution. I tried to quit the adult industry, but found myself manipulated by a man who only led me further astray. He presented himself as a backslidden Christian, but he was a pimp. He brought me back into the industry for another 3.5 years. I was lost in the truest sense of the word, caught in a cycle of despair and addiction. But even in our darkest moments, can there be a glimmer of hope? For me, there was. I was on a flight to Las Vegas, a place that had once symbolized excitement and thrill, but now just seemed to echo my own emptiness. In my hands, I held a copy of Revelation, a book from the Bible. As I read passages, something stirred within me. One verse in particular, Revelation 2:20-22, struck me to the core. It spoke of immorality, of suffering, but also of the chance for repentance. I felt as if a light had been switched on, illuminating the path that I had lost sight of. In that moment, I made a decision that would forever change my life. I decided to quit the adult industry. It was a daunting prospect, letting go of what had become my identity, but deep down, I knew it was the right thing to do. And so began my journey towards faith and recovery. I started attending church regularly, seeking solace in a community that embraced me without judgment. I found strength in prayer, in the knowledge that I was not alone, that I was loved. My faith became my lifeline, my beacon of hope in the darkest of times. It transformed me, giving me a newfound purpose in life. And so I quit the industry that day, and my life was radically transformed. God showed me that even in our darkest moments, there is always a glimmer of hope.